share valuable knowledge, practical tips, and guidance to help you learn, grow, and achieve your goals, right? So stay connected and let's succeed together. So first of all, we're gonna discuss about and watch and learn together a clear and short explanation about general English, its authors and contents. That's very useful for your preparation for all kinds of examinations. Okay, so we can move on to next topic that I call English language for all competitive examinations. General English is a subject designed to improve a student's basic language skills, right? Including grammar, vocabs, comprehension, and writing ability. It's very important for all kinds of competitive examinations like Staff Selection Commissions, RRB, Railway Recruitment Board, and State Public Service Commission, MPSC, UPSC, banking, and any other governmental examinations. Okay, so the books that we're gonna read, I'm not going to suggest you to read many books, cause you'll ending up in confusion. So I would like to request you all that to depend on one book which is very useful and its content is really fantastic. Okay, so High School English Grammar and Composition, and its author is P.C. Rand and H. Martin. That's the best for learning grammar rules from whether you are basic or advanced. It doesn't matter that. So please rely on that. Okay. And another objective general English and its author is S.P. Bakshi. That's also very useful for objective type question for competitive examinations and word power made it easy and author Norman Lewis. Excellent book for vocabulary building and word usage. Okay. And the contents of a general English is, as we all know, that it's first of all that's part of speech. Tenses, articles and prepositions, voice, active and passive voice, narration, direct and indirect speech, and subject verb agreement, synonyms, antonyms, and idioms and phrases, and one word substitution, and sentence correction, reading comprehension, pre writing, and essay writing. Okay, so that's all for English language, general English. So you have to prepare for that pre writing, essay writing composition with grammatically correct. So the first and the foremost, the best book that I refer to you that English grammar, you have to go back to your high school level, high school English grammar and composition, and each author's name is P. Rand and H. Martin. Okay, don't depend on many other books, cause ultimately you will ending up in confusion. So read one book which is very good and enough, its contents and how many readers depends on that book. So you can research yourself, okay? And now I'm gonna covering all those subjects and which books are the best. So please take it seriously and what I recommend you is that please follow that, okay? So the next topic is quantitative aptitude, or we also call that mathematics or arithmetic. This is mandatory for all kinds of examinations like general English. Quantitative aptitude is a subject that tests numerical ability, your mathematical skills, and your problem solving speed. Okay, you have to be very fast in solving those problems which come in your examinations. You have to, whether you can solve or not, it doesn't matter that. You have to be very fast in your speed. Okay, speed too. And it is very important for SSC, banking, railways, and state subject, and MPSC or EPSC whether. So quantitative aptitude for competitive examinations, and the author is that RS Agarwal. This is, I suggest you please write down, or please, if you have notebooks, small notebooks, so please write down that. But that's the previous one also. That's English language too. Okay. RS Agarwal Quantitative Aptitude for Competitive Examination. There are lots that uh, the authors, but I'm not going to read out. So I suggest you only this Quantitative Aptitude for Competitive Examination, authors by R.S. Agarwal. Okay, depend on that. You don't need to read. You don't need to practice with others books. This is enough for all kinds of competitive examinations. That's right. And its content is number system, simplification, LCM, HCF, percentage, profit and loss ratio and proportion, time and work time, distance and speed, simple and compound interest, and data interpretation. Okay, I hope everything is clear on it, so you can move on. So the next topic is reasoning ability. Reasoning ability is, there's no hard and fast rule that, so you have to practice a lot. And reasoning ability tests your logical thinking and analytical skills and problem solving ability. Okay, it is very important for SSC, banking, railways, and state public service commission, whether MPSC or UPSC. Okay, so a modern approach to verbal and non-verbal reasoning by R.S. Agarwal. Please write down, okay, the books which I prefer to you. If you read or if you depends on many books, you will ending up in confusion. So that's very bad. Your hard work end up in nothing. Okay. So let me repeat again. A modern approach to verbal and non-verbal reasoning, written by or authored by R.S. Agarwal. Depend on that, then you'll score 10%. Scoring 10% is very tough, right? And in verbal or non-verbal reasoning, uh, alphabet and number series, coding and decoding, blood relations, direction systems, syllogism, and analogy, classification, seating arrangement, puzzle, and nonverbal reasoning, figures and patterns. Okay, It's very easy when you catch up with that. It's not difficult one before attempting anything. So don't scare or don't hesitate or don't worry about anything. Okay, if you prepare whatever I said, the books and its authors, then if you depend on that and if you practice and if you learn with all your heart with full concentration, then you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, reasoning ability, you finish that. So our next topic is general awareness and current affairs. General awareness and current affairs test candidates' knowledge about important events, history, geography, economy, polity, science, and recent national and international developments. It is very important for SSC, banking, railways, PPSC, Public Service Commission, and other governmental examinations from Group A to Group D. It's very important. Okay, and the books which I recommend to you is Lessons General Knowledge and Publications. Listen Publication. Okay, that's very best. I'm sorry. That's very best. Okay, Lessons General Knowledge and author by or published by Illusion Publication. That's enough. Okay. Okay. Computer and IT basics. It's computer applications. So you have to grasp the knowledge about computer applications like MS Office, Microsoft Word, MS Excel, and PowerPoint, MS Word. Okay, MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint. That's it. Microsoft Office for your like when you are selected or whether you are not selected or you work in private jobs or government jobs. So you have to acquire basic knowledge in computer since we are living in digital age, right? Computer basic test fundamental knowledge of your computers, information technology, and digital awareness. It is important for SSC, banking, railways, Public Service Commission, and other governmental examinations from Group A to Group D levels. So it's very, very important to acquire uh, knowledge about computer application, especially MS Office. Okay. And the main contents is fundamentals of computer, history and generations of computer and hardware and software, input and output devices, MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Internet and email, computer memory, operating system, cyber security, and basic networking, right? Our next topic is general studies. General studies is especially for UPSC and state level public service commission. Other examinations like who will say that RRB, Railway Recruitment Board, or Staff Selection Commission, and IBPS and all. You don't need to study this general studies and all. General studies main only for UPSC and state level public service commission in Mizoram MPSC like that. Okay. General studies covers a wide range of subjects that test overall knowledge, analytical ability, and understanding of society, governance, and the world. It is very important for UPSC, State Public Service Commission, as I already mentioned, that and others will service examinations only. Okay, if you are going to give your forthcoming examinations like railways or SSC and any group B, C, D and all, and assistant grade or whatever. So LDC, UDC, anything like that, government servant topics. So you don't need to study or don't need to uh, worry about this general studies. So your syllabus exclude that. Okay. So for Indian polity, it's well known that author is M. Laxmikan. Okay, no other book. For Indian economy, Ramesh Singh. There's no other book. Okay, certificate physical and human geography, Jesse Leong. No other book to concentrate. Read. Indian history, Indian polity and governance, Indian economy, geography, Indian world, general science and technology, environment, ecology, current affairs and social issues, and government. What we have already discussed, that's just repeated. So we can move on. Subject-wise books. This is optional, so we don't have to read out or we don't have to discuss about these topics. If your exam has optional subjects like uh, economics or accountancy or law, so you must choose the correct books. For example, economics Ramesh Singh, Indian economy by Ramesh Singh, and NCERT books from class 6 class 12 is very important for the foundations. So no need to study. We are here for geography topic. Geography studies the earth, its physical features, climate, resources, population, and environment. It is very important for UPSC, State Level Public Service Commission, SSC, and other competitive examinations. And for this and other subject too, you have to go back to the NCRT from class 6 to class 12. This is very important for catching the conceptual clarity and foundation level. Okay, if you don't build up your foundation level and if you are not strong in the foundation level, so it's tough to it's tough for you all that jump directly to the advanced level. So you have to build strong foundation and conceptual clarity in NCRT from class 6 to class 12 level. Okay. Besides NCERT geography from class 6 class 12, I would like to recommend that certificate physical and human geography GC Leong. Okay? Okay. Read only NCERT geography class from class 6 to class 12 and certificate physical and human geography GC Leong. No need to read other books. Okay? And the main contents in the geography that you gonna read that physical geography, art, landforms, climate, and Indian geography, world geography, rivers and sources, agricultural industry, population and settlement, environment and ecology, and map reading and the last book. Okay. I think everything is neat and clear. There's no doubt or hesitation or anything complex or uh, difficult to understand, then please comment and do feedback, right? His story. His story studies past events, civilizations, freedom movements, and the development of nations, and it is very important for UPSC, State Level Public Service Commission, and SSC, and other competitive examinations. So here, the same goes to that NCERT history from class 6 to class 12, whether it is ancient or medieval or modern history. Okay, so the books I'm gonna request or recommend you to read and build a foundation and conceptual clarity very strong enough that NCRT history from class 6 to class 12 is a must, and the one book that India's Struggle for Independence, Bipan Chandra, written by Bipan Chandra. Okay, let me repeat once again. Suppose you might not catch up with that. India's Struggle for Independence by Bipan Chandra. Okay, no other books to read. Ancient history, medieval Indian history, modern Indian history, Indian national movement, world history, important dynasties and empires and cultural and social reform movements. Okay. So what is our next topics? NCRT science, general science, including that physics, chemistry, biology. So general science is mandatory for all types of competitive examinations. So you cannot just ignore or get rid of that. Okay, general science tests basic understanding of scientific principles and everyday applications. So it's really important for SSC, Railway, State Public Service Commission, and other competitive examinations. So the books I just recommended you to study and build very strong concept and conceptual clarity and foundation very strong that NCERT science from class 6 class 12 physics chemistry biology. The basics is included and Leucen's general science, and the publication is Leucen itself, and no need to read others. Okay, let me repeat once again. First of all, build the foundation, the conceptual clarity, and to catch up with the basics that you have to go through that NCRT books, science books from class 6 to class 10, and the second book is Leucen's General Science. Okay, whenever we talk about Indian polity, so in our mind comes that M. Laxmikan. It's must have. And Indian polity is mandatory for all kinds of competitive examinations, whether you are appearing for UPSC or State Level Public Service Commission, SSC, RRB, Railway Recruitment Board, and IBPS or Bank, PO, and clerk level, or any NDA or CDS, combined defense officer. It doesn't matter that we have to study deeply this Lakshmikan book, Indian Polity. Okay? You don't have to read any other books. That's enough. Lakshmikan, right? Indian economy. As I already mentioned that for Indian economy, Ramesh Singh, authored by Ramesh Singh is enough, but to build the foundation or to build the basic knowledge and to acquire basic knowledge and very clear in that conceptual base, you have to read that NCRT Economics Class 11 and Class 12 textbook, right? And Indian Economy by Ramesh Singh. That's enough. That's very enough. Okay? So that's all for this time. I love you all, my subscribers and who used to view my YouTube channel. So please go on and please go on watching my channels and like, subscribe, notify if you don't that, and please share to others. And if you do that, I will be very glad to you all that. So I hope that we'll success at last. Together we can do that. Okay? Bye bye. This time.